Okay, so this is a continuation video from May, and I'm talking about my field trip to Angkor Wat. So I hope you guys just enjoy seeing it, and literally I didn't even know this place existed until I came to Cambodia. So I hope you can appreciate it a little bit with me and maybe inspire you to travel here and see it in person. A trip I did not get sick on was when I accompanied 11th grade on their field trip to Angkor Wat. So we were there for 3 days, and I actually teach grade 11, and every year they go. Technically it's like an ancient city, but Angkor Wat is like the one temple that's the most famous in the city, and it's this huge area. It's not even fenced in because it literally was like the ancient Khmer Empire like capital. So how it works is you have to buy your pass, and before you go into each temple there's someone there to check it, but it's huge. I mean, people like just kind of live there and stuff because it's so spread out. Anyways, so it's a beautiful historical site, beautiful temples, the pride of Cambodia, and so I was really excited to see it. The temple of Angkor Wat is the one that's pictured on their flag, so it was really cool to appreciate their culture and see all the students get really excited about it. Some have been there before, but many have not, and just to share in that experience with them because it's definitely, yeah, it's like the pride of the country is Angkor Wat. So we spent 3 days there. We left really early in the morning. We had 4 different buses. The fun thing with Asia is it's a very like sharing culture. So when one person has a snack, everybody has a snack. So basically the ride was just like eating different things and the kids being, you know, funny and goofy and having, you know, a good time. Also the kids, like, they put on music really loud sometimes, and they're dancing in the aisle and like singing karaoke. And there was this one game they played. It actually reminded me of Pitch Perfect. It was like a riff off. It's where like you sing, and then I think it's like the last sound you make or the last letter of the word you sing, someone has to start from there. But it was really cool. I mean, I couldn't play and I couldn't understand what they were saying, but I did understand the game, and it was very exciting. The first day we got there, we went to a cultural village, which is, it reminded me a little bit of Epcot, but much smaller. It's like this really pretty, basically loop walkway, but it's huge. There's like really nice things to look at and different like places you would stop, and there's various shows that show off like Khmer culture. There's a museum, so it's all about the cultural village is showing the Khmer culture, especially for foreigners, but also locals go there too. There's dance shows, there's comedic shows, also that wedding ceremony that I didn't attend for the woman here, but the one that family and friends go to, I got to see like a reenactment of that. So it's a nice chance to experience maybe parts of the Khmer culture that you wouldn't get to experience, especially if you're just a traveler. So that night, and then every meal pretty much, we ate at a market. We pack our lunch and take it with us wherever we were. Before the trip, actually, I had, well, I didn't buy it. Katie Elena bought it for me. She was at the market, but I got a lunch container, and oh, actually, let me show you. This is the lunch container, and let me tell you, I was so excited when I got it because I was like, man, I live in Asia now, like I have a lunch container, you know. It was just kind of it was a moment for me. Anyways, it's also really cool because this is literally what everyone's lunch containers look like. You notice it's a circle. It's a little different for us, right? But usually there's like compartments, 2 or 3, and they're like snap on or like screw. This one's like a screw top, you know, because usually you have rice and then you have like your little bit of whatever you're eating your rice with. It's like a little handle, right? And so it's just a little bit insulated inside, just metal like that. It's not super deep. Then you can break it that way. Ooh, sorry. Like that. And then I ended up buying 2 little spoons to go inside it, right? And the reason I did this is because our school's actually really good with trying to protect the environment. That's a big initiative, and I was really impressed when I first came here. So the sisters, the school has stopped allowing students to bring in like plastics for lunch outside because they get styrofoam containers or plastics if they pick up lunch and bring it in. So they've said no to that. They are trying to eliminate plastics from the canteen. And one of the sisters told me, you know, like, oh, it's a good idea if you buy a container like this, when you go get your food, you can ask them to put it in this, you know, on the street instead of putting it in a styrofoam thing. So anyways, so I got it and I used it the whole time, and I was very happy to do so. Save the environment and also have a lunch container, which I continue to use, and it's really exciting. Okay, so day 2, Angkor Wat was a full day, really full day. We got to go to a few different temples, and there was a tour guide who spoke in Khmer, but he didn't know English, so I was able to ask him some questions separately and get some answers that way. But it was really great. We went to Bayon Temple. We went to like the Tomb Raider Temple. I don't know if any of you have seen the Angelina Jolie movie, but she had a scene there. I went there, took a picture, and then I watched the movie when we got back. But and then we also got to see Angkor Wat. And my biggest takeaway was experiencing it with the students and the teachers. Like I said, you know, Cambodia really upholds Angkor Wat, and it's a national symbol, and just seeing how excited the students were to be there, and a lot of them would translate for me or give me like my own little tour of things, and they were very genuinely excited and had very respectful pride about like their country and about the temple complex. And I learned a lot, but it was the most touching for me to see like the ownership that all my students like had over this place, and that they were sharing it with me, and they were excited to tell me. And I got to have like really good conversations. And usually, you know, when you're talking to when students are talking to me and they can't find a word, they're like, but they were really fighting to try and express their knowledge about this place to me, because it was that important to them. So I really enjoyed that, and just spending so much time with the students and the teachers, it was really fun, and it was a very, very nice trip. That being said, in the evenings, so each evening, we were there for 2 nights. Each evening after we had dinner, then we're gonna shower off and stuff, but then there would be like a dance party, almost like a rave every night. Very exciting. And I don't know if I have a picture of it, but there were these, I don't know, it was just the season for it, I guess. There were these like, I can't remember, moth bug things, and they swarmed. I mean, it was like a pile of them so thick, it was gross. But one of the students said apparently you can eat them, and so who knows, maybe I'll do that sometime. And the property we stayed at was run by the Jesuits, and it was really cool. And there was actually, this is just a picture of it because it really touched me a little bit, but they had a well with like a woman on it. It was like the woman at the well, the Bible passage. So I don't know, it was nice to like sit there and reflect for a little bit. I thought that was just really cool. Day 3 and our last day, we got to go to Kulane National Park, which is famous because there's a mountain on it, and it was a previous capital of the Khmer Empire. And so we got to walk along this river for a little bit. It has these stone carvings, like handstone, that the people laid at the bottom of the riverbed, and so it's believed that the water, when it runs down it, is blessed, and it was really pretty to see. So we got to see that, and then we got to go to, there's an active temple at towards the top of the mountain, and it has a reclining Buddha carved into the stone, and so it's really famous. Got to see that. Oh right, and then we got to go to the waterfall. There's a smaller waterfall and then a bigger one at the bottom, and we got to swim in it, and it's like the local hangout picnic place. I mean, it really reminded me of, I don't know, just like that like local spot, or, you know, being from Florida, we have the springs, and it was like that same sort of like family vibe, and everyone's just having fun, having a good time. It's like where you picnic and kick back and relax, and we got to swim in the waterfall, which I don't know if I've ever swum, oh no, I teach English, in a waterfall before, but it was really cool. There was this where it gushed over. Ooh, it's windy. Ooh, it's probably gonna rain. Maybe you're gonna hear a thunderstorm. Oh, it's fine. I was gonna go out later, but probably not. But there's this place where the water gushed over, and then you climb up a rock and then cross under the water, and there was a little cave. And I just had a moment where I was looking up and seeing like the water come down, and I couldn't wear my glasses because it was, you know, too much, but it was very beautiful. And also like everyone was just amazed by, you know, the natural beauty, and so to seeing the students so like excited about that. And I'm actually a little bit lame. I don't think I have any pictures from this, because I think at that point I was like pictured out, and I also didn't want to get my camera wet, so maybe I'll pull something off the internet or something. But it was a very nice experience, and after that we came home and crashed, and I think we had the next day off of school, which was excellent. Okay, girls, what are we doing?
Now we hiking.
Hiking.
Yes.
Okay, and we just did our vocabulary. So, do we need a rope?
No.
No. No rope. Do we need a foothold?
No.
Maybe.
Yes. We need.
We need energy. Yeah. Okay. And when we get to the top, what is it called?
Summit.
Summit.
Yes.
And we can stop and take in the view.
Yes.
Wow. Well done. Good job. A+.